through the knowledge, power, and wisdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But first and foremost, let to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, shalom to the elect. All right. All right, I just tried to make this video and it went out on me last time, so I'm redoing it now. But yeah, a wicked, as the title says, a wicked diet has destroyed the people. What brought about this lesson earlier tonight when I was at work, I was watching Elder Apostle Tahal's video, um, where he was going in to Daniel, the first chapter, speaking about the, I want to say, bet or the challenge, the 10-day challenge that Daniel and I want to say Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had went through, where, for 10 days they would eat vegetables and such, and then the king's men would eat, meats and different things of that nature, dainties and all of that, wines and so forth, and showing that the men of the Lord had a more proper diet, and that diet actually proved itself to be healthier. Their faces were more fair. They were in better shape and so forth than those that just ate pretty much whatever the fuck they wanted. And it brought me, how you have them eureka moments. You know what I mean? And really what the elder, what dainties meant. And, he was going to, how it's the fried foods and, different things of that nature, how ancient kings, the pretty much, if you look at it in today's time, the American diet would be sort of similar to a king's diet, you know what I'm saying? Because they wouldn't have consumed heavily the vegetables and so forth. They're gonna consume the doughs, the breads, you know what I'm saying? The fried foods, the fried desserts and so forth. Why? Because frying was a delicacy. You know what I'm saying? It still is today. Fried chicken and such. Now, everybody's food, they even fry their vegetables and so forth. So, but when you look at it, when you fry all of that, meats and starches and different things, it holds the saturated fats and all of that from the grease, as well as the sugars and so forth that's in the dough. You know what I mean? So you actually doing more damage to your body than you're actually doing more damage to your body than feeding your body something that's going to give you energy and replenish you and so forth. You know what I mean? For the you sacrifice health to gain what's the word? You sacrifice your health to make it simple. You sacrifice your health for the taste of something. You know what I'm saying? Fried chicken is pleasurable, especially when it's nice and crispy, it's hot, different things of that nature. Hey, we get it. You know what I mean? Donuts, all of that type of shit is it tastes great, but in a few months of you constantly eating it, you know what I'm saying? The mac and cheese and different things like that. The candy yams, you know, within a few months, shit, in a few days, depending on how sensitive your body is, hey, you start to clog your arteries. You know what I'm saying? Headaches. You breathing heavy. You're not moving as swift as you want to. Inflammation in your body. You know what I mean? Your bowels are fucked up. You know what I mean? Because you got a high level of grease. You know what I mean? Then you can be constipated. You eating too much dough and different things. So yeah, it's a lot. Your body goes through, high blood pressure, heavier amounts of salt and different things. So that King's diet, that instant food, that instant gratification to your stomach or to your taste buds, you're able to get the fast food. You're able to get the 12 piece from Food Lion, where it's like 8 pieces at Food Lion. You able to get the family dinner. You go to Walmart, you get the rotisseries, you know, for like $5, $4 or $5 rotisseries. And I used to smash them shits heavy because it was $5. You know what I'm saying? Then I got Wise. Um, a brother had put me on, let me know like, hey, what's in those rotisseries? That ain't it. You know, I believe the brother put a video in the chat. But hey, them rotisserie chickens that we love to eat, that ain't it, because it's a bunch of chemicals and different things that they put into it, to give it the flavor and the taste and so forth. It's artificial, man. It has it's an artificial rotisserie taste, even though it's going through the process of being cooked and so forth. They add different solutions and different things, and inside those solutions are chemicals that fuck your body up. You know what I mean? You know, brothers eat a lot of starch and different things. Your blood sugar goes through the roof. You know, different beverages and so forth. Red 40, yellow, blue, whatever the different chemicals are, man. You adding all of that, you drinking all of that, then the ice cream and different things of that nature. Come to find out, if you do research on every item that they sell in these stores, hey, you're gonna find ice cream that don't melt. You're gonna find different types of rubber and different things within your breads. You know, the scriptures already told us that our bread is gonna be defiled. So you find. I'm just now finding out that dry roasted peanuts, that haze that's on them, that little white powdery haze, is actually gelatin, man. So brothers, be careful, even when you're eating peanuts, man. They use gelatin to get the salt and the spices to adhere to the peanuts. You know what I'm saying? Some brands use beef gelatin, some brands use pork gelatin. You know what I mean? But who would have thought that you thinking that you're eating just peanuts when you're consuming you're consuming animal flesh, man. So a lot of you vegans that think y'all vegan, y'all not vegan. If y'all eating them dry roasted peanuts, you better get regular roasted, where it's cooked in where it's roasted in, peanut oil and so forth. But yeah, taking care of our bodies, man, taking that extra step to cleanse ourselves out, fasting is important, so that's definitely something I need to get back on. Consuming your water, not just drinking spring water by itself, but getting you some Celtic salt, and adding a little bit to your water. You know what I'm saying? Not every glass that you drink has to have Celtic salt, obviously. But hey, get you a pitcher, get you a gallon bottle of water. Go to Food Line. To me, Food Line has the best water as far as spring water. It's like $1 and some change, depending on where you live. Get that gallon. Add you some Celtic salt. Slice you up some cucumbers, and slice you up some some strawberries and put it in there. Let it sit for like a day or two. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, it's gonna be one of the most refreshing things that you ever had, man. Especially if you got it on some ice. Add that little Celtic salt just for extra, an extra bit of electrolytes and so forth. It's gonna replenish your body. You're gonna feel it through. You're gonna feel it through your muscles. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, different things like that, because we the men of the Lord, so we want our mind to be sharp and stay sharp. We want to be in the best of health to the best of our ability. You know what I mean? All of these illnesses and sicknesses come because what we're putting into our body is not sufficient for us. You know what I'm saying? We're Israelites, all right, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, and we're sitting here eating the Edomites diet. Of course we're gonna have diabetes. Of course we're gonna have high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? And different ailments and so forth. Why? Because what we're consuming is increasing the amount of parasites within us. And those parasites is causing you to desire certain things. All right. If you haven't cleansed your body out of that, if you're not fasting, it's only gonna make the issue worse. You know what I'm saying? Like type 2 diabetes, come to find out, hey, that's fluke worms in your pancreas and different things of that nature. But hey, this isn't. I'm not a doctor, so don't take my advice. As far as that. But hey, deworming yourself, doing different things that's gonna provide nutrients and energy, for your body, for your health. You need to do different things that help, reduce inflammation and so forth. Hey, take the time and learn about ginger, learn about turmeric and black pepper and so forth, man. Take the time to educate yourself, because hey, like they say in the world, health is wealth. That has a level of truth to it. You know what I mean? And just maintaining your body will keep you mentally sharp. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, brothers continue to do what they can. We know that, as the scriptures say, exercise profiteth little, but it does profit. You know what I'm saying? If our elders and apostles are out here, John, you know what I mean? This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 30, verse 15. It says, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. All right. Having your body in a good shape, it can relieve some stress, relieve them joint aches and so forth. Help clear that mental fog, so you have clarity in your thinking. You know what I'm saying? Higher energy, higher spirits. All of that is real, man. If you eating bullshit food all the time, these bullshit burgers, French fries and all of that, you're gonna have low vibration, man. You're gonna have low energy. You know what I mean? If you're eating living food, like the vegetables, the herbs, the fruit, the spring water and so forth, these things are living. You activate the water with you make it alkaline with what is it, sliced lime. You put lime in the water and so forth. Add your little Celtic salt to that. You have alkaline water now. You know what I mean? Let it sit in your refrigerator for about 12 hours or overnight, and you have alkaline water. So start doing those things that's gonna give you natural energy. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel more lively. Guaranteed. Why? Because you're eating things that that harness life, man. It produces life. You know what I'm saying? Not something slaughtered that's been on the shelf for 3 months that they done added um, fake fake blood to, or whatever the case, that you know what I mean. Shit that's been slaughtered for months on end, that's rotten, that now they're gonna spray blood on so it gets its color back. You know what I'm saying? Different preservatives and different things that that'll keep it quote unquote shelf stable. All right, going back into the word, this is Ecclesiastes 30, drop down to verse 25. It says, a cheerful and good heart, meaning your mind. Heart is in the Hebrew is law. Okay, it says a cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. All right, in the flesh we want to eat better, you know, um, incorporate omega 3s and so forth, like your sardines and your salmon and different things like that. Hey, if anything, brothers, check out the Mediterranean diet. You know, that's really our diet. A lot of fatty fish, herbs. You know what I'm saying? Different beans and such. So that way, hey, we can keep that high level. We can keep our joints and we can keep our joints in proper health. Our brain functioning properly and so forth, man. Then working out, doing what we can. We ain't got to do nothing all extra strenuous, but hey, getting outside, jump roping, keeping that heart rate up, different things of that nature, hey, it goes a long way than a Whopper, than a Big Mac. You know what I mean? The goddamn the who that nigga for McDonald's? He ain't even want to eat the burger his damn self, man. He took a little nibble of that bitch. He ain't want to bite that bitch for real, man. They show you that they don't even want their own shit, but they want you to take it so that you kill yourself, man. You know what I mean? So you stay up in their hospitals and all that. But hey, a man of the Lord, hey, we don't fuck with them hospitals, man. Hey, nah, we learn how to be. We're learning how through the wisdom, which is which is the true meat. You know what I'm saying? Which is that true role. Through the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we being fed and consuming that wisdom. We're learning how to eat the things in the flesh that are gonna bring us more abundance of energy as well, and life as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're not gonna continue to consume things that's gonna keep us in the hospital or put us in the hospital when we know on what time it is in this society. You know what I'm saying? We knowing what's coming down in the system. How does that look, a man of the Lord, constantly in the hospital because you eating fucked up? Just like the that jump shot. Hey, you eventually you won't be able to go to the hospital unless you got that charagma. You see what I'm saying? Or you won't be able to get medical assistance unless you got that charagma. So how does it make sense that a man of the Lord is constantly defeating himself, by eating bullshit? Yeah, man. So hey, this was just a lesson that I wanted to do. You know, it's a we like a week ahead of Passat. So this is the time of year that brothers, if any time of the year, we eat better now than any other time. But hey, this is something that we need to remain consistent with. and start changing some things within our diet, you know, so that we will be able to, get outside more, be more active and so forth, while we're enduring our time here in Babylon. But hey, I pray this lesson was edifying through the knowledge, power, and wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakal Kudas, that belong to the elders and apostles, great millstone, shalom to the elect. And hopefully, hey, I do through the spirit, I do more health based lessons as well. All right, shalom.